All these other signs are all right. That one probably not.
Well, I see how it's got triggering things on there where you could say it causes issues, but I think even for you, it doesn't cause issues.
Oh, it does.
You should have asked your black friend if that was okay, 'cause that's not.
If you want anybody to be open to what y'all have to say, I would basically, I would go at it about more a respectful way.
Well, I hear you, but maybe consider it's not all that disrespectful. What do y'all think about this? Any of this?
Well, no one has opinion on my own body, so.
I don't have an opinion on your own body. Not one. You can do with your body what you want.
But this sign.
Well, if there's a body inside your body, I have an opinion about that.
I would just some kind of help y'all out. Maybe take the slavery out of it, because that might make a lot of people
Why
mad.
so?
It would
Because
make a lot of people mad. Yeah.
Why does it make you mad?
I mean, because I'm
it's
black.
a derogatory term.
Well, like, so do you think that like white people standing up against slavery back in the 19th century were good?
I mean, everybody's got their own
Well, like, I mean,
goods and bads.
like a white guy who,
Everybody was good.
like a white guy who didn't own slaves, didn't know what it's like to own slaves or have to run a plantation.
Black people also own slaves.
Right.
I just think slavery overall is bad.
Is bad.
That's a more sore topic. I mean,
The whole thing's a sore
if you
topic.
want anybody to be open to what y'all have to say, I would basically, I would go at it about more a respectful way.
Well, I hear you, but maybe consider it's not all that disrespectful.
To you.
Well, to anyone. So like, so no, let me just hear me out. So Martin Luther King, he connected what he did to earlier movements, right? And he would talk about what Hitler did to the Jews.
Okay.
You think people coming up and saying like, hey man, you can't talk about what Hitler did to the Jews, that's a different thing. And whenever these guys stood up for the abolition of slavery, that's what people said. Hey, you don't like slavery, don't own one. It's not up to
But
you.
I don't think slavery and the way it was done in the United States equates to
Abortion.
Well, they're not the
women's
same.
health. It's not the same at all. So I don't
Well, no,
think
they're
it
not.
belongs
You're
right
right.
there.
I agree. They're not the same thing.
But it's
I'd
not
say-
even in the same realm.
Same. Well, you don't agree with me, but I'd say the argument is it's in the same category.
Of what?
Dehumanization and destruction.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. So what do people say to justify abortion? That they're not really
No,
persons.
because it's their own body. It's a woman's right to do what they want.
They say
with
that
their
they're.
body.
So a little human inside your body is a human. They're an unborn human developing in your body.
If it's just cells, it's not a human.
They don't know if they're born or not.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, sure. People don't need to know a lot. We can't kill people just because of their lack of knowledge in something.
It's not even a human.
Dehumanization and destruction.
No, it is see.
It can't speak, it can't walk, it can't think for itself.
Are you talking about black people or unborn people?
She's not talking about the Negroes.
No. Well, here's the deal.
Definite.
But here's the deal. Just
But no, and
listen.
It's not
No.
even anywhere near
The
the same.
the comparison is people. Just
no
just
one's
listen.
talking about black people.
People in the 19th century to
We're
justify.
not in the 19th century.
We aren't. This is the thing. People justified the dehumanizing, destructive treatment of black people
that's a
by
different-
saying exactly what you said. They're not human. They can't even think. They did say that. I promise
Okay,
you.
well,
Look it up.
a
Historians.
No, they didn't say
Cells
they weren't
that is
human.
not
They were saying
developed.
they said they were less than
Mm-hmm.
our race. Our race was better, right? And then that
Right.
goes into the
Yeah.
dehumanization. I get it. However,
Kinda like
it's
saying
not
a
on the
mother
same-
is more valuable
it's
than a
not-
child.
And
It
it is.
Is a slave owner more valuable than a slave?
If we're not, that's a different. That's
I'm
a
saying
different
more
topic.
it's the same
valuable
thing.
than a
But
child.
It's the same process to
You're a
justify
man,
it.
why are you even saying anything? Okay,
So
well,
I'm out here with Sonia. She's a woman. I'm out here with Rachel. She's a woman. We all say the same thing, right? Men
okay, well,
and
they're also how old? And they can almost not have kids, so.
wait, she's in her early 20s.
And it looks like she's also chosen a certain lifestyle that doesn't go with her freedom of thinking either, but that's okay.
Well, besides you guys being judgmental about people you talk to,
I'm not.
I was just wanting
I
to.
am being
I'm not. No, you're.
I'm not, no, you're...
You judged her pretty harshly.
No. I said it just looks like she chose a lifestyle that she doesn't really think for herself, and that's fine. Whatever. I'm just.
Hey Rachel, I have a question.
Yes?
What do you think about abortion?
Abortion is murder and must be abolished, not regulated, and criminalized as murder immediately, without exception or compromise.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to make sure you understand it, because we're not saying slavery and abortion are the same thing. The sign says that the arguments...
That's what you're comparing it to.
No, the arguments to justify slavery...
You said having an abortion is the same as owning a slave.
No, hold on. Just calm down a little bit. I don't want you to think I said something I didn't say.
Tell her to calm down.
Okay,
What I'm
that's what
saying
you
is,
said.
see the thing, don't like slavery, don't own a
I was
slave.
just trying to assist. All these other signs are all right. That one probably not.
What
You're
you,
probably gonna get somebody
this
a
is
little
the one
bit
that people are mainly mad about.
Well, I mean, you are in Oklahoma. I'm just saying that one right there is probably gonna cause some issues.
But once you start thinking all humans have rights, this makes sense.
But
it-
it's
But
not
it
the
doesn't
same.
equate.
But if you think-
that right there doesn't equate to abortion.
No,
not
some
yet,
people-
not never, not now.
Some people say some humans don't have rights until they're born.
It's not going to ever equate to what you're putting out there.
Right.
It's not going to ever equate to what you're trying to put out
Do you think that they used to say slavery will never be abolished?
I'm not saying that the derogatory term that is displayed on your
That's an actual.
poster.
That's a historical. That's an actual historical drawing.
But right now, in the 21st century,
Right.
that is a derogatory term.
It is.
And
It's evil though,
never-
right?
It is evil. And
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
It's
use that
going
word.
to cause issues.
Yeah.
And we're letting you know from
I hear
from
you.
that side.
I hear you.
Like, it's not going to curb. Nothing's going to come good from seeing that. That's the first thing that went to my eyes. You know,
Yeah.
on the marketing side.
So, quick editor's note here. From a marketing perspective, this sign did exactly what it was designed to do. It says what it says in big bold letters, and it makes you look at the rest of the sign and try and figure out what's trying to be said, and it will provoke conversations about abortion and about slavery and about how the arguments for both can be the same. And it did exactly what it was designed to do, as you can see by this video. It provoked conversation. So if you want to get this sign for yourself, go to store.abolitionistsrising.com and pick it up.
The first
I
thing
like
you
this
do,
sign.
you read,
This is a good one. I like that one.
I drew both of them.
Even though I don't agree with the concept, like I think that's a good one. That's not so like.
Well, but see that one's.
Problematic.
See, they both try to do something. Try to make people think. Women are not sex objects. Everyone says they agree with it. Of course, there's lots of people out there that do treat women as sex objects, right? There are. But culturally, people claim to agree with the first thing, but not the second thing. But the idea that babies are body parts is non-scientific, it's unreasonable. Because I think that honest sort of thing, like, no, abortion is murder and it's a permissible murder, is at least
It's
honest.
not murder.
Well,
But
like
I play into your little mental illness because it's funny to me.
You think I'm mentally ill?
Yes.
I-
you're mentally
Why?
ill.
I think you.
Because I
you've
think that
had
I should
so
stand
much
up for those who
privilege.
can't stand up for
I think
themselves.
you've had so much privilege to not be
Other
put in
people
a
can
situation
stand
where
up
you
for
would have to
themselves.
get an abortion, right? That you're just speaking out of not knowing. You've never
Yeah.
put yourself in the shoes of somebody that might have to get an abortion.
Well, I'll
right?
tell you
I
at least the
agree,
reasons
agree
I
you should
believe.
get an abortion recreationally. I agree with that, right? But I don't agree in making it like nationwide, giving
Yeah.
states back the rights to decide.
So someone like me that thinks that you should criminalize abortion and protect all human beings, like the laws,
The verbiage you're using
like-
is really good for you.
well, the laws against murdering born humans should be applied 100% same to unborn
I
humans.
disagree. I
Because
disagree.
humans all have rights. And I'm not a
And you're
hypocrite when it
saying
comes to
that,
human
but-
rights.
But this right here is going to cause some issues. I'm just trying to
saying,
tell y'all this.
I like the recommendation. I've had that sign for a while, and it doesn't really cause issues. I see how it's got triggering things on there where you could say it causes issues, but I think even for you, it doesn't cause issues.
Oh, it does. It does. That was. I'm open to seeing like what y'all have to say or whatever.
But you understand-
I mean, I
but
went to
you-
Oklahoma
but when you-
Baptist University. I have a dad that was in and out of prison growing up, a single mom, dealing with all sorts
Yeah.
of that, and I'm a police officer, so I'm from like all different realms, and I
Yeah.
like to hear what other people have to say.
Which is why I was trying to explain the sign, so you understand that the sign is saying the arguments made to justify slavery are same arguments. Slavery and abortion are not the same thing. But the arguments, my property, my prerogative,
I don't think
is
abortion-
akin.
all related, and the fact that you're trying to relate this is real fucked
What am I trying to relate?
up. Are you trying to say that them saying if you don't like slavery, just don't mind? What is the message here?
I'm saying exactly what it says. So exactly what it says.
Okay.
Back in the day, so I think that slavery is wrong, and I think the people who stood up and said it should be abolished, which is a minority of people stood up and said this is evil, it should be abolished. They said slavery is wrong because people are made in the image of God, they're valuable, you can't treat a human like an animal. So when people stood up and fought against slavery, the people in their culture came and said, if you don't like slavery, you don't have to own a slave. And they said, I don't have to be a plantation owner to know it's wrong. They're men and their brothers. And they said, listen, why are you telling me what to do with my property? My property is my prerogative. And the abolitionists said, no, your property is my neighbor, and I want to love them as myself. Slavery should be abolished. Today, when you say, hey, you're saying my body, my choice, but that's not your body, that's my neighbor. I want to love them.
So my body's not like that.
Your body is your body.
But it's not.
Yes. No, your body is totally your body.
Apparently not.
If there's a body inside your body, then there needs to be someone who would advocate for them.
It's in my body,
So-
so I'm the one that's having to suffer.
So
I don't think, can you get pregnant?
No, I don't believe men can get pregnant. I
will say,
am not
you
that.
probably should have asked your black friend if that was okay.
Yeah, that was a bit of a jump in a claim.
I should have. What do you mean? What's a lot?
You should have asked your black friend if that was okay, because that's not. I'm pretty sure if I get every single black person.
No. Here's the deal. If you find black people who are against abortion, they agree with it. They can think about it and understand it, and they don't like misunderstand
I'm
it.
and I'm saying I don't agree with
But so they used to sell black people on auction blocks, and they'd have signs that would say Negroes for sale and other animals. So they would dehumanize them in order to sell.
So you're saying they're doing the same thing?
Yeah, so like it's not saying that slavery and abortion are the same thing. What it's saying is the arguments used to justify the evil of slavery are the same as the arguments used to justify the evil of abortion. So it's not meant to be offensive, but get the people to think, because they'd say something like, who are you to tell me what to do with my property, is what they would say. And to those of us who think that the freeborn humans made in the image of God and it's our neighbor, it's like, who are you to tell me what to do with my body? I'm sorry, it's not your body, it's my neighbor, fellow human. Yeah. So I realized like the N word on the sign, it's like boom. So I try to, you know, is that not offensive now?
Yeah, it's just the first thing I saw. Was
Yeah.
like, okay.